You walk into a room feeling fine, calm, neutral. 10 minutes later, your chest is tight, your shoulders are tense, and you feel strangely anxious, even though nothing happened to you. Someone sighed across the table. Someone else spoke in a sharp tone. A third person sat silently, radiating irritation like heat off pavement. And somehow, your nervous system absorbed it all. You leave exhausted, wondering why social interaction feels like running an emotional marathon. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people never realize. You are not always feeling your emotions. Sometimes you are carrying everyone else's. And if you grew up in an environment where emotional safety was unpredictable, your brain may have learned to treat other people's moods as survival signals. That adaptation once protected you. Now it's draining you. This matters more than ever right now because modern life keeps us in constant emotional proximity to others. Open offices, group chats, social media feeds, 24-hour news cycles, endless micro signals of stress, outrage, panic, and urgency. Your nervous system was not designed to process the emotional weather of thousands of people per day. Yet here you are, soaked. To understand why this happens, we need to step back. Humans are biologically wired for emotional attunement. Long before language, survival depended on reading subtle cues: a tightened jaw, a raised voice, a frozen posture. If tension appeared in the tribe, danger might follow. So the nervous system evolved to detect emotional shifts faster than conscious thought. This system is automatic and it's powerful. Your brain processes emotional tone in about 200 milliseconds. Rational interpretation takes closer to 600, which means your body reacts before your mind understands why. Now here's where things become more personal. Children raised in emotionally stable environments learn that feelings come and go. Conflict resolves, safety returns. But children raised around volatility, unpredictability, or emotional neglect learn something different. They learn that moods signal danger, so their nervous systems adapt. They become hyper-attuned. They scan constantly. They detect micro changes in tone. They anticipate emotional storms before they arrive. Psychologists call this hypervigilance. It looks like sensitivity, but underneath, it is pattern recognition trained by survival. As an adult, this ability can feel like empathy. You sense tension instantly. When something is off, you can read a room in seconds. It feels like a superpower until you realize it never turns off. Because here's the hidden mechanism. Your nervous system is not just observing emotion, it is mirroring it. Mirror neurons activate when you observe another person's emotional state. Their sadness triggers your sadness circuits. Their stress activates your stress response. In small doses, this creates connection. In chronic exposure, it creates overload. If you spend 8 hours around tension, your nervous system experiences 8 hours of tension. Even if no one raised their voice at you, even if nothing directly happened, the body does not distinguish between emotional exposure and emotional ownership. It just reacts. This is why you can leave a meeting exhausted, why you feel drained after being around negative people, why scrolling online leaves you strangely anxious. You didn't imagine it. Your nervous system processed it. But here's the irony. Many people who absorb emotions are praised for being easygoing, understanding, or emotionally supportive. You are the calm one, the mediator, the stable friend. What others see as strength is often nervous system overfunction. You learned early that maintaining emotional equilibrium around you kept things safe, so you manage atmospheres, diffuse tension, stifle your own reactions, stabilize the room, not because you chose to, because your nervous system believes it must. Now consider the cost. If you absorb 5 emotional climates a day and regulate each one internally, your nervous system performs hours of invisible labor. No paycheck, no recognition, just fatigue. This is the math most people never calculate, and it leads to a strange contradiction. You can handle crisis calmly. You support others effortlessly. You stay composed under pressure. But when you're alone, your body collapses. Silence feels heavy. Stillness feels loud. Your energy crashes because the nervous system finally stops performing. This is not weakness. It is accumulated emotional load. The modern wellness industry often responds with advice like, be be more empathetic or open your heart. But if you're already absorbing too much, more openness isn't healing, it's flooding. The real shift begins with understanding a difficult distinction. Empathy does not require emotional absorption. You can understand someone's emotional state without internalizing it. But your nervous system must learn that difference, and nervous systems learn through experience, not ideas. First comes awareness. Notice when your emotional state shifts after entering environments, not during, after. The delay reveals what your system has absorbed. Second comes differentiation. Ask quietly, is this mine? That question alone interrupts automatic identification. Third comes regulation. Lengthening your exhale signals safety to the nervous system. It tells your body you are not in danger, even if tension exists nearby. Fourth comes boundaries. Not dramatic confrontation, not cold detachment, simply reducing exposure to chronic emotional volatility when possible. Boundaries are not rejection, they are nervous system conservation. Here's the part most people misunderstand. Developing an emotional boundary does not make you less compassionate, it makes your compassion sustainable. Without boundaries, empathy becomes exhaustion. With boundaries, empathy becomes connection, and connection requires energy. Zoom out, and the implications grow larger. If you continue absorbing emotional climates unconsciously, you risk burnout, chronic anxiety, decision fatigue, and relational resentment. You may begin withdrawing from people not because you dislike them, but because your nervous system cannot carry more, which creates loneliness layered on top of overload. But when you stop absorbing and start observing, something changes. Rooms feel quieter, interactions feel lighter, your energy lasts longer. You remain aware without being engulfed. And the strangest shift occurs. You realize how many emotions in your life were never yours to carry. The world does not become less emotional, but you become less permeable. And that raises a question most people never think to ask. If you are no longer carrying everyone else's emotional weight, who might you become with the energy you get back?